Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, I'm getting out to work early this morning, man. I gotta go out to motherfucking Norfolk. 2-hour drive for some drops, man, and hopefully I can be back around about 12:30 or so, man. But peep game, man, we gotta get into some shit, bro. And this shit really been bothering me, man. I just it's so, you know, hypocritical. And man, shout out to Monster Inoues. Congratulations on becoming the first Asian undisputed world champion. The first Japanese in particular undisputed world champion. The first in what, 50 years? The first to do it in 50 years, and in the full belt era. Incredible run. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. You did your thing. One thing about this generation, man, I said it before, it may not be producing the talents that transcend, you know, generations to come. We may not be producing the Parnell Whitakers and the Marvin Haglers and the Ray Robinsons and the Ray Leonards and the Roberto Durans and Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis's and you know, just the list goes on and on and on, man. The Salvador Sanchez's, the Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. We may not be producing those on a consistent basis, even though we have some incredibly talented boxers in this generation. You're always going to have incredibly talented fighters. I think it was just a little bit more, you know, their impact was a little bit more felt back in those days, just when, you know, boxing was more intimate with a lot of the, you know, with the people. You dig? It's not as intimate as it once was. So even if we are producing that level of talent, it's just not being transcended in the capacity that it was in, you know, the earlier years or whatever. But nonetheless, what we are doing that's undeniable is these fighters are trying to be undisputed in the now, man. They're trying to be undisputed. They don't want to leave nothing up to doubt. No room for error. I'm that nigga in the division. I'm undisputed. I got all the belts, and it is what it is. These niggas is not fucking with me. I'm him, or I'm her. I salute that. I respect that. I love that. So, shout out to Monster Inoues and becoming Japan's first undisputed world champion, man. So now, what I want to speak to now is something that's been bothering my soul, man. This brother right here, whenever you can see somebody achieve a milestone, you can count on him to come by and slight it. Somebody who's not black. And that shit, it bothers me, man. I'm listening to Dante's Boxing Nation, and it was just so many contradictory points that he made as it pertains to Monster Inoues and his undisputed campaign. Firstly, how dare you sit up there and, you know, criticize him for not winning one belt, never mind the 4 and 5 that he's won across 2 or 3 different divisions. But you clap at him for not winning one belt in the ring. You clap at him for that, and then mention Devin Haney as if Devin Haney didn't win one of the belts that he Devin Haney did not win that WBC in the ring, bro. He did not. He was elevated. He didn't have to fight for that belt whatsoever. And we all know that. We can say what we want to say about Lomachenko. We can say he ducked him, all that shit. We can say that. The fact of the matter, Devin Haney was elevated. Devin Haney was elevated, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why is there nothing wrong with that? Because he went on and fought a unified champion, and now he bears the undisputed title as well. So this isn't a slight Devin Haney whatsoever, man, but we just got to keep shit in perspective, man. And one thing that niggas do will completely disregard our, you know, our flaws and highlight everybody else's, man. I just think that shit is very... It ain't the move, man. It ain't the move, man. I just feel like, you know, we want to stay truthful. You know what I'm saying? I think we're virtuous people. I think are truthful in our rigor or whatever. I think that, you know, that speaks to our virtue, man. And for you to sit here and disregard the same shit that one of ours has done, that Inoues has done, is just asinine to me. You know, you're not about to sit here and denigrate Monster Inoues' undisputed campaign while you praise Devin Haney. And why are you not going to do that? Because Devin Haney only had to fight one fight to become undisputed. One fight. He didn't go through a plethora of champions. He went through one champion. One. Devin Haney is one of my favorite fighters. I think the kid is an incredible talent. But we got to be real about shit, bro. Devin Haney had one fight to become undisputed. And that dude that he fought, I mean, Kambosos, I think at this particular point in time, he's always going to be a reputable name on a resume because of what it is that he did to Teofimo Lopez. Do I think that he beats Teofimo Lopez in a rematch? No, I do not. I absolutely do not. And that wasn't even a humble he caught Teofimo Lopez on, man. Teofimo Lopez went in there. He's skilled enough to where you have to game plan for him. He's skilled enough to where you have to know how to make adjustments on the fly. Teofimo went in there arrogant, overtly arrogant, tried to gun him down in the first round. He got clipped and got outboxed for the rest of the fight. I think he's a quality fighter. Do I think he's this incredible talent that you tried to gas him up to be in order to, sing more praises to Devin Haney's win over him? No, I do not. I absolutely do not. I don't. That shit was nasty how you was doing that, man. It was disgusting. So, what makes George Kambosos a better opponent than Paul Butler? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really tired of this notion that, oh man, he got 2 losses. Man, look, Manny Pacquiao got stopped twice before he became a champion and got stopped once after he became a champion. If Manny Pacquiao was not above losing, why is anybody lesser than him? Why are they? You want to highlight Nonito Donaire? Oh man, he beat a 40-year-old past Nonito Donaire. Past your prime does not mean washed. You may not be performing at your best, but you are still operating at a high level. That is dope. Age is not, so cut and dry to where if you reach past a certain age, then you're automatically washed, bro. Golovkin is 40 years old and is the only unified world champion at 160 pounds. Look at what Manny was able to do to Keith Thurman at 40 years old, man. Like, let's stop playing these games, my nigga. It's a plethora of champions we can go to. Age is not, all people are not created equal when it comes to age, man. A lot of people can still operate at world-class level at an accelerated age. I hate that notion that, just because you're not at your best, that means you're at your worst. Never mind that you're operating at a high level of competition. You're still fighting at a championship level. And what's so wild about it is Nonito Donaire became a champion after he lost to Inoues, and they want to highlight that shit. Oh man, he was getting outboxed by an old man, this and that and the third. All right, cool, that's what's up. Yeah, what was Devin Haney doing with motherfucking Jorge Linares in spots? Devin Haney controlled that fight way early on, but when he got to them championship rounds down the stretch and Jorge Linares put that right hand on that man's chin, what happened after that? He swept those last 3 rounds because Devin was on spaghetti legs. What the fuck are we talking about? What victory aged better? Jorge, I think, got knocked out shortly after that. What victory aged better? Jorge Linares or Nonito Donaire? Because Nonito Donaire became a champion again. Which monster eventually took that strap from him to add it to his collection. What victory aged better? I think we all know the answer to that. You can't sit here and talk, you can't sing the praises of a Devin Haney and denigrate somebody like Monster in a way. Because every time you try to, every step you try to give in favor of a Devin Haney to denigrate Monster in a way becomes contradictory. He didn't earn a belt in the ring, neither did Devin Haney. He did not fight for that WBC. He was getting outboxed in spurts by past Nonito Donaire. So was Devin Haney. with Jorge Linares. Like, come on, man. This shit is getting ridiculous how you do. Every time somebody does something great, here you come with the, you know, trying to pick apart shit within what it is that they did, man. You the same dude who said Bam Rodriguez is not special because you were so mad that Shakur Stevenson was singing his praises, bro. How is it that people can be, you know, black people can admire somebody outside of their race and you clap at them, but you in Thailand with these Asian brides, and I ain't seen one Asian chick of African origins with no coarse hair, no dark skin, no brazy ass curves. I ain't seen none of that shit, bro. Let's not act like you don't have Hispanic women modeling them for you, you know, speaking in Spanish for you to boost your brand on your channel, on the opening part of your channel, bro. You do that. You do that often. Why is it acceptable for you, but it ain't acceptable for nobody else? That shit is wild to me. Shakur Stevenson can't admire a Mexican and sing a Mexican's praises, but you can get I don't know if she's Mexican or not, but you can get a mestizo chick to come on your page, on your channel, and shout your channel out. This is Dante's Boxing Nation. You can get an Asian chick to come on there. This is Dante's Boxing Nation. I don't even think Shorty speak English, and if she does, it's a, you know, she's learning it. Like, why is it acceptable for you to be admirable of other cultures and other people, but not nobody? Oh, it's just the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'll just like they women. That's besides the fact. That is a woman of a specific land. Why is it cool for you when it's unacceptable for anybody else to do that, man? Like, you gotta kill all that shit. And then for you to bring up Gervonta Davis of all people, how dare you sit up here and compare somebody like you said you brung up Tank Davis, bro. And in the process of you bringing up Tank Davis, you brung up Rolly, Isaac Cruz, Ryan Garcia. Who else did you get? And Mario Barrios. None of them niggas have ever caught a belt. Paul Butler has that beat. If you're going to use George Kambosos and as a reason as to why he's better than oh man, well, he beat the #1 pound for pound by old media, and he beat a Teofimo Lopez and yada yada yada. Cool. Even though we know what time it is, we can see through that shit. All right, whatever the fuck ever, man. But how do you sit there and bring them? At least George Kambosos is a fucking champion, bro. But how do you bring up all the fighters that Tank has fought? None of Rolly Romero of all people. Rolly Romero of all people, you bring him up. Rolly, bro. Rolly. We saw what Jackson Marinez was doing to that man. We saw that. We saw how bad Richard Comey did Jackson Marinez. That was a clear robbery in favor of Rolly Romero when he fought Jackson Marinez. We saw that shit. I don't remember Rolly winning a round. Rolly couldn't even set nothing up. And you're going to sit here and tell me that Rolly is better than a Paul Butler because he has 2 losses? 2 losses. You got 2 losses by nobodies in this. It happens, bro. This is the sport of boxing. He caught a strap. Rolly has not. Barrios has not. Isaac Cruz is not. We could go down the list of fighters that Ryan has not. Y'all are. I was a once upon a time a fan of Ryan Garcia. I honestly was, man. But I just think the dude is. I don't think boxing is. I don't know what's up with this dude, man. The diva shit I just can deal without, man. I can deal without the little high school soap opera drama. You don't want to fight Devin Haney, but you want to wait until that nigga fights so you can critique his performance when all you got to do is sign a contract to go in there and fight him and prove that you would knock him out. I could do without all that shit. That's some Buster shit to me, man. I don't like that shit. Y'all can have that. But you want to clap at you, man, get the fuck out of here. Oh, the Hector Garcia's Hector Garcia. You do realize that Hector Garcia is moving up to fight Tank Davis, right? He caught a strap at 30. Tank is pulling him up to 140, not 140, but 135 to fight next month. Why are you not speaking on that? This shit is corny, man. That shit is whack to me. That shit is whack. Don't sit there and talk, bro. I don't like that shit, man. I don't like that shit at all. I don't like that shit at all. That shit is whack how you do that shit, bro. Now I do get it. Old media does, you know, they'll definitely prop up a certain fighter of a certain denomination. Yeah, they do that. They most definitely do. They most definitely do. But you gotta be man enough to understand greatness. I get why niggas bang on Lomachenko, but you gotta be man enough to understand that's a bad Ukrainian motherfucker right there. Motherfucker is serious. For you to sit here and say, he hasn't even sparred or trained anybody black, as if black is just, man, listen, we are the cornerstones of culture. I get that. I'm never going to dispute that, man. But one thing that niggas got to realize is this: the world is catching up. Even when it comes to basketball, man. When you go and you watch these content, when And1 went overseas, right? Fuck And1. When Mike went over, we all know what it is with the Dream Team. Mike went over there to Barcelona and just completely just put basketball, NBA basketball, American basketball on this pedestal to where now they've been implementing that style of play for years. And not only are they trying, they love it, they admire how we play, you know, or take the basketball, and not only are they trying to be good at, you know, play like how we play, they're trying to be as good as us. So it's like, I don't want to just, you know, imitate y'all play. I want to be your contemporaries. I want to be your peers. I want to be somebody that you, at the end of the game, you say, yo, good game, man. You know, I'm respecting your game. That's the mentality that these cats have. So they're not necessarily just trying to be, they're not just trying to imitate, you know what I'm saying? They trying to play on our level. That's why you got a cat like Luka Doncic. That's why you got goddamn Jokic. That's why you got a multitude of players coming from overseas. Manu Ginobili. That's why you got all these European players coming from overseas getting busy in the league. Because they're not just trying to play like us. They're trying to play on our level as well. You go and you go overseas. I think it's going to take a minute for them to catch up on the street ball level. Because you know, these content creators go overseas and all that shit, and they play, you know, when they hit the courts, they hit that blacktop. You know, their street ball players can't keep up, but their pros can keep up a lot. Not all of them, of course. But when you get into like those European nations and, you know, France and them, fuck, I forget where Luka's from, but you know, them type of nations, Greece, they ball out. Spain, they ball out. Powell and Marc Gasol, they ball out. The world is catching up to us, bro. And even when you go back to boxing, Europeans are dominating the Amis. They're placing, they're medaling in the Olympics. They're fighting more. Look at what Eddie Hearn is doing with the talent over there in the UK. Look at what Eddie Hearn has done for women's boxing alone. Imagine what he's going to do for UK and for the UK in the next 5 years. He's building their brand up there. He's building the talent up there. They're fighting consistently. Tim Tszyu was fighting 3 times a fucking year before he left Australia and came here. Inactivity was really destroying American boxing, dog. Inactivity. Being content with being an annual fighter, expecting a certain payday because of the payday you got that one time when you fought a fucking fighter who had the market value to back that payday. American boxing is really starting to plummet because niggas they just get real complacent and they don't give a fuck about fighting consistently. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit because in your mind, yo, I'm automatically better than you because I'm black. I forget that movie with Terrence Howard. He was coaching a group of black men, black young boys in like Philly or some shit like that. I forget what city they was in. It was a swimming team. And they was feeling themselves. They was feeling they had the nerve to be arrogant even after they lost. And he's looking at them like, y'all think because y'all black, y'all better than them. Y'all don't have to work as hard as them because you're black. Like, y'all got the game fucked up. Y'all got the game extremely fucked up. Y'all are gonna have to get out of this mindset that it's America, America, black, 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 black. Do black people produce the best talent? Black Americans produce the best talents in the sports that we dominate? Absolutely. But that margin is shrinking day by day. Day by day, it is shrinking. And you're going to see, because Inoues hasn't fought a black fighter or trained or sparred with a black fighter, then that, you know, that automatically claps at his resume. Never mind him being at the wild card gym, coming up under the last few master teachers in the game. Never mind none of that. Getting tutelage from him, never mind that. You got to get a black fighter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to get y'all head out y'all asses, man, because this is the shit that makes niggas stagnant. You say, oh, well, it's going undisputed is an incredible feat, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, it really isn't that good. How? Why you bigging up Devin Haney and his undisputed run? His undisputed run isn't that good, but Devin Haney's is. When he fought one fighter to become undisputed. He fought one fighter to become undisputed. And Monster Inoues, what he did, that shit, fuck all that other shit. That shit ain't about nothing. It's a weak division. He went undisputed in a weak division. Why is 118 a weak division? Why are those minimum weight divisions weak divisions? Because they don't have black fighters. They don't have black fighters. You bring up Stephen Fulton, or you running from, or when you go up there and you fight Stephen Fulton, yo, if he jumps up and he loses, it is what it is. That's what happens when you start meeting resistance. Those are the waters you want to swim in. So you ain't just chopping through the competition. There's no sense of resistance there. Your skill isn't necessarily being put on display like that because you're just obliterating everybody. Jaime Munguia at 154. So if he jumps up and he fights a Stephen Fulton and he loses, bet. That's a good shit. He stepped up, he challenged himself. That's where he's at. There's nothing wrong with that. And why is 22 a better division than 118? What generational talent does 122 have? 18 had Nonito Donaire. A generational talent that he beat twice. God damn. That's the same shit when niggas was saying, yo, man, Canelo left 160 to go to a weaker division at 168. What made 160 so much better than 168? Nobody can still tell me that. Charlo and Andre was at 160. And okay, and why is it them that makes the 160-pound division so much better than 168 pounds? When they've accomplished nothing, then they barely fight. This shit is wild to me, bro. Like, this shit is wild to me. Stephen Fulton, man, you take away his footwork and his power, what does he have? Pretty much strip him from his strong suits. That shit is wild, bro. You take anybody's strong suit away from them, what are they? They're a regular motherfucker, bro. He shines at that particular thing that you're trying to strip away from. Like, you take Stephen Fulton's combination punching away from him and his defensive elusiveness. What is he? Where do you put? Because he damn sure ain't no puncher. Like, man, just stop that bullshit, man. Like, y'all niggas get so y'all get way out of pocket with this shit trying to be pro-black, and it turn y'all sound stupid. I'm all for the pro-blackness. I'm all for the nationalism. I'm all for black progression, man. But that does not mean you denigrate somebody else for achieving a milestone that 90+% of people don't achieve. When you can sit up there and talk about Monster Inoues' undisputed campaign is unimpressive in the grand scheme of things, when you look at other fighters in other divisions, and then you highlight Devin Haney, that is asinine, because Devin Haney fought once to become undisputed. Damn. It's snowing up here. For real, for real. Nigga fought one time to become undisputed, bro. Once. Once. One fighter. He fought one fighter. Are you gonna keep that same energy if Lomachenko beats him and becomes undisputed? Never mind, Lomachenko was he held 3 straps at 135 pounds. Never mind none of that. None of that shit is gonna matter. If he beats Devin Haney and becomes undisputed, are you gonna give that man his credit? Y'all gotta stop, man. That's what it all boils down to, man. Stop being dismissive of these fighters. Respect these fighters. And bro, just get your head out your ass, man. There's no way you could definitively tell me, goddamn, Devin Haney's undisputed campaign was a better run than Monster Inoues, when Monster Inoues had to go through 3 and 4 different opponents to catch a belt, and Devin only had 1 fight to become undisputed. One of those belts was given to him. It's just the nerve and audacity for me with y'all, man. Just, out of this sense of nationalism and progressiveness, bro. Like, I can't fuck with that shit. I can't fuck with that shit at all. Shout out to Monster Inoues. You did your shit, homie. And I fuck with you because of that. Good win. Don't talk to me about, man, he got 2 losses. Nobody is above losing, bro. And it's that type of mentality that has these fighters scared to lose they owe today. Respect these fighters, respect the accolades that they amass. Shout out Monster Inoues. Shout out Devin Haney, one of my favorite fighters, man. This ain't no shot at him, but we just got to keep shit in perspective, man. Stop being unfair. Stop being like that, bro. That shit is corny. So I gotta let my truck get ready, warm up and all that, man, so I can make this voyage to Norfolk, Nebraska. I'll get with y'all later, man. Y'all be easy. Deuces.